10 teams have a shot at the first overall pick. 10 teams look like legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
Wilson steps into a great situation. He started 2 games. They've won them both, and here they are heading into the bye at 6-2.
Last week of football until the November 5th trade deadline. So, how about we dive into our Week 9 edition of the 2024 NFL Power Rankings and see how everyone stacks up. Number 32, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 31. Another nightmare season in Carolina that just cannot end soon enough. The Panthers showed practically no fight in a 28-14 road loss to the Denver Broncos, dropping them to 1-7 on the year. Jeez, remember the Cam Newton days? Those were fun. Number 31, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 30. The Titans outgained Detroit by nearly 200 yards, but 4 turnovers and the Lions' punt return TD led to their undoing. Oh boy, the race for the first overall pick sure is heating up. Number 30, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 32. The Pats finally ended their 6-game losing skid and got the first home win of the Jared Mayo era by stunning Aaron Rodgers' New York Jets with a late game-winning TD by Ramondre Stevenson. Drake May left the game with a concussion and did not return, but Jacoby Brissett was up for the challenge to put the final dagger in the Jets' playoff hopes. Number 29, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 28. Well, the Jags kept it close against a Super Bowl contending Green Bay Packers squad at home. The Jaguars are now 2-6 and lost any realistic hope of making a second-half run to the postseason. But since they poured $275 million into T-Law, Jags fans can at least be encouraged by his improved play over the past 4 weeks. Number 28, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 27. There's no positives really to take from a 4th consecutive loss. The Raiders' biggest strength was supposed to be their defense, which is just kind of a broken mess. Guess it's not too early for Vegas to start doing their homework on the top QB prospects in the draft. Number 27, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 26. The Giants put up a better fight than expected in Pittsburgh, but the limitations of Daniel Jones in the offense just couldn't solve the Steelers' defense. At this rate, are real Giants fans really cheering for wins? Number 26, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 25. As we keep saying, the 2-6 Saints just need to rebuild. Every loss gets them that much closer to a top QB prospect or Travis Hunter. And I think either will do at this point. Number 25, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 29. Makes you wonder why it took a season-ending injury to Deshaun Watson for the Browns to give Winston a look. Their playoff hopes are still over at 2-6, but hey, if Winston keeps this up, Cleveland might have its QB solution for 2025. Number 24, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 23. Can we just laugh at this point? The Jets are now 0-3 since firing Robert Saleh. That is now 5 straight losses for Aaron Rodgers' squad, 4 of which were decided by a single score. Same old Jets, huh? Number 23, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 22. Yeah, stick a fork in them. With road games against the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Rams next on the schedule, we really don't see any path to a second-half turnaround. The 2-5 Dolphins are toast. Number 22, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 20. Yeah, you can also stick a fork in the Bengals, too. They needed this one against the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. A brutal schedule over the final 9 games means Cincy is more likely to finish with a top 10 pick than to make the postseason. Number 21, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 19. Oh man, this was the Cowboys' chance to solve the kryptonite and take down the injury-ravaged 49ers at Levi's Stadium. And they still couldn't win. At 3-4, it's obvious that this is just who the Cowboys are. Number 20, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 24. A healthy Rams squad reminded everyone just how dangerous they truly are. The returns of Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua paced the offense in a season-saving win over the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday night. At 3-4, the Rams are just half a game behind their 3-division rivals for tops in the NFC West. Number 19, the Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 15. Anthony Richardson committed way too many mistakes against the stingy Houston Texans defense in a 23-20 loss. The 4-4 Colts are still alive in the playoff race, but A-Rich is going to need to be a lot better with Minnesota, Buffalo, and Detroit making up 3 of their next 4 games. Number 18, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 14. Baker Mayfield kept it close against the Atlanta Falcons without Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, but the visitors narrowly escaped with a 5-point victory to complete the season series sweep. With the Chiefs and 49ers next on the schedule, this season could really spiral out of control relatively quickly. Number 17, Arizona Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 21. Don't look now, but the Redbirds have now won 3 of their last 4 and are in a nice, juicy 3-way tie for tops in the NFC West. We know what a Kyler Murray-led offense can do, but it's about finding consistency down the stretch with a more complex schedule now looming. Number 16, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 13. Yeesh, just an absolutely brutal way for the Bears to lose in Washington. A Jaden Daniels Hail Mary answered by Noah Brown because Chicago's defenders left him uncovered on the batted ball. The Bears are still 4-3, but 5-2 is a whole lot better when you play in football's toughest division. Remember, they have 6 divisional games left, so Chicago is going to be in a good spot to make the playoffs if they can just sweep one of those rivals. Number 15, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 12. Yeah, it's just becoming harder and harder to get a proper read on the Seahawks. They started 3-0, lost 3 in a row, crushed a surging Falcons team in Week 7, then got humiliated at home by the visiting Bills. Geno Smith is challenging for the passing yards crown, but he also has 7 interceptions. Head coach Mike McDonald is brought in because of his defensive genius, but the Hawks D looks no better than last year's group under Pete Carroll. The Hawks are in a 3-way tie for tops in the NFC West, but it's hard to trust given their embarrassing performances against quality opponents. Number 14, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 18. No Brandon Ayuk or Jawan Jennings? No problem. The 49ers reminded Jerry Jones that they are the unofficial owners of the Cowboys, outscoring them 24-14 in the second half to pull out a 6-point victory. Kyle Shanahan's squad doesn't look as scary as last year's group due to the rash of injuries, but they get a much-needed Week 9 bye and should have Christian McCaffrey back in Week 10 against the Bucs. All they need to focus on is the division, because we know what the 49ers can do in the postseason. Number 13, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 17. The Chargers had no problem getting by the short-handed Saints, cruising to a 26-8 victory to get back above 500. And with the Browns, Titans, and struggling Bengals making up their next 3 games, Jim Harbaugh's squad has a golden opportunity to really distance themselves from the outsiders looking in on the playoff race. Number 12, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 16. Sean Payton's squad has now won 5 of their last 6, asserting themselves as a legitimate playoff contender following an easy dismantling of Carolina. And now it's really go time for Bo Nix and company. Road games in Baltimore and Kansas City are next up on the schedule, followed by a home tilt with the NFC South leading Atlanta Falcons. Number 11, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 11. Kirk Cousins outdueled Baker Mayfield for the second time in 4 weeks, leading Atlanta to another season-defining victory over their division foes. Atlanta has a 2-game lead on the division because they swept the season series. The NFC South crown is in their hands, and it would take a monumental collapse to somehow give it away to the short-handed Bucs.
We fight no cap! We fight no cap! We walk in your trap, take over your trap! We walk in your trap, take over your trap!
Number 10, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 3. The Vikings and Rams engaged in a thrilling back-and-forth Thursday night affair, but it was the visitors on the wrong end of a 30-20 defeat. Now losers of 2 straight, times are getting a bit anxious in Minnesota. The Packers and Lions are playing better football, and the Vikings schedule from Week 12 onward is a total nightmare. So, they better take advantage of the softer upcoming slate. Number 9, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 10. Now winners of 3 straight, the 5-2 Eagles aren't so bad for a team that's been highly scrutinized and hit hard by the injury bug. Vic Fangio's defense is humming along, allowing under 20 points in 3 straight weeks. If Jalen Hurts in the passing game can find some consistency, these guys are going to be as dangerous as any other in the NFC. Number 8, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 4. The Ravens must be kicking themselves for letting a 1-win Browns team beat them. But at the same time, John Harbaugh's group was due for a loss after utterly dominating its opponents for 5 straight weeks. We refuse to hit the panic button just yet on these guys. But man, someone has to make a stop on defense.
Oh, bless his heart, he's got to be the sickest man in America.
Bringing in wide receiver Deontay Johnson is a great example of how championship-caliber organizations make championship-caliber moves. Number 7, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 9. Just when we thought that Jaden Daniels' rookie season couldn't get any better, he completes a walk-off Hail Mary against the Bears despite fighting a rib injury. Is there anything this rookie can't do? Oh, and the Commanders are 6-2 and in the driver's seat for the division crown. Number 6, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 8. After squeaking out ugly wins with Justin Fields, the Steelers' offense has hit another level with a healthy Russell Wilson at the control panel. The 6-2 Steelers outmuscled the struggling Giants to pick up a 3rd straight win. The division leaders head into into the bye week with 3 straight wins, and with Washington and Baltimore next up on the schedule. Number 5, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 7. Houston narrowly outlasted Indy at home to improve to 6-2. They also swept the season series against the Colts, essentially wrapping up the AFC South with half a season to go. We don't think the Texans can make up 2 games on the Chiefs for the AFC's top seed, but they are neck and neck for the conference's number 2 seed. Number 4, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 6. After crashing a hapless Tennessee team 34-10 in Week 7, the Bills visited a more competitive Seattle team and netted similar results. It really feels like people are sleeping on the Bills despite boasting a top 10 offense and defense. Maybe it's because of their constant postseason disappointments. Number 3, Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 5. A 2-spot jump for the Pack here thanks to losses by the Ravens and Vikings. Because of the division that they play in, it feels like folks are still sleeping on Matt LaFleur's squad this year. But a top 10 offense, and that's without Jordan Love for multiple games, and a championship-level defense is no joke. Number 2, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 2. Jared Goff only had 12 completions for 85 yards, but the Lions still beat the Titans by 38. Yeah, Dan Campbell's squad is far and away the NFC's most dangerous, folks. Number 1, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 1. Yep, the defending champs cruised past the Raiders on Sunday to improve to 7-0 on the season. Patrick Mahomes and company didn't bring their A game, but hey, who cares at this point? They just keep finding ways to win. But what changes would you make to our Week 9 power rankings? Let us know in the comment section below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. But hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.